As in Utah, when I was a boy, everybody knew what a downwinder was. We were the anti-nuclear capital of the world. I was an autistic kid. My father was a drafted United States Marine, an incredible man. I come from an incredible family. My uncle stood on Omaha Beach on D-Day. I grew up on a huge ranch out by the lake. He was a beautiful, incredible person. He was at Pendleton, combat ready, and they were human guinea pig. They were marched into the trenches in Nevada. They're called atomic veterans. He nearly died at the blast. Between 1951 and 1968, we had 300 open-air tests. Well, as different scientists started to write about this, Wallace Stegner was at the University of Utah at the time. I got to know him. Edward Abbey was hanging around there. I got to know him. I got to know all these environmentalists, and I was an environmentalist, and it was a passionate, intense subject matter there.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Bloomgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. Bloomgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. They'll be calling you a radical. May God have mercy on all of your souls.
Nuclear power was evolving. We were promised, oh, this can't happen. It will never happen. We cannot have a meltdown.
Well, good morning. Hope you can get out of your dogma snuggies. The entire world is standing by and watching the greatest catastrophe in human history unfold. Even I didn't think it would be this dramatic and this hardcore. I truly am heartbroken. What a sickening... I can't believe it. The Pacific Ocean, as I called it, the Pacific genocide, the day it happened, I'm like, this is our greatest fear. They've gone too far. Full blown-out fucking meltdowns. I'm screaming my head off. It's going to kill the Pacific Ocean. It's going to kill the Pacific Ocean. Even I didn't think it would happen this fast. It's so heartbreaking to think that the entire world stood down and watched the nuclear industry kill the fucking Pacific Ocean. I mean, you sit and literally think about this. This entire 7 billion people played along. I was watching some old videos from 2013 yesterday on Fukushima that have hundreds of thousands of views. All they've done is sit and take and copyrighted material and just build a video at it, stick it in there. So they have that usual players up. So I'm reviewing on how this unfolded and the anti-nuclear establishment and how disgusted I am with it. And I want verification, and that I already know. So I'm going through it. I'm watching video after video of Helen Caldicott. And you can see Helen, she was the go-to person. You could see Helen just regurgitating mainstream media reports. Now remember, you see Beyond Nuclear regurgitating. You see, Beyond Nuclear in the Beltway in New York with Hartman on there constantly, both Paul and Kevin Camps, who are funded by the nuclear industry. You could see there's Gunderson all over. There's Busby all over. I'm going back and I'm reviewing their emails, their communications with me, their whole false equivalency. It just proves to you, no hard work, just we're watching mainstream media reports. So Helen's doing lecture after lecture after lecture, and she's falling for it. Now, listen, hear me out. In the early days, I knew, and I went crazy. This is the greatest ecological state. These are full-blown-out fucking meltdowns. They're lying every fucking day. Every fucking day. It's going to give you leukemia. It's going to give you, I got leukemia. It's going to kill the Pacific. It's going to genocide the Pacific. I mean, all this stuff, prophecy on Balco. It's reality, logic. So now we have WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks, we have the emails from Holden. As I knew it the day one. Those emails were leaked to me in the early days. I couldn't move them forward. I knew I read stuff by attorneys. I've been around a long time. An ex-professor. I'm an extrovert. I've been around at a lot of things. I know fucking copyright law. And I was smart enough my YouTube site to let these trolls and these rats play games, and I use all original. I fucking know to quote my sources. I knew what it was. So now, verification that I knew before I even got the emails. I didn't need no fucking FOIA document. I knew who was running the show. Hold it, so now we have them. Proof of everything Kevin Blanch said. 100% proof. Unit 4, Unit 5, the spent fuel pools completely fucking blew the fuck up and were on fire. John Holden's emails. This is the science and technology team, the eugenics. The man who fucking told Obama to fucking make the United States Navy stand down. The man who killed the Pacific Ocean. The most evil fucking human being who ever fucking walked. I mean, and you all see it now. But it'll take time here on the Queen's 90th birthday. Happy Earth Day tomorrow. So, it's Kill the Earth Day now in this fucking place. So the emails are out there. Thank you to Flying Cuttlefish. She's fucking done such great work all over with her vlog. Or, excuse me, her blog is fucking fantastic. And she's relentless on her work. And she's so accurate. She's so good. I mean, so she poured through the WikiLeaks documents. It's her who poured through the WikiLeaks. I mean, you know how much work that is? You know how many fucking emails got released and found these emails? So, Holden's saying he's talking back and forth, running the fucking show. He's advising the president. He's over fucking stepping fucking Gregory Jacko, who's head of the he over fucking rode him. He's talking to the GE. That's right, GE engineers, General Electric ran this show as Obama flew to fucking Brazil with the CEO of GE, with the CEO of Westinghouse, with the CEO of Halliburton for the cover-up of Fukushima on the advice of John Holden. He's saying in his emails the fucking spent fuel pools of 4 and 3 are on fire. There's Zook fires right here, right now. They're broken, they've blown up, they're on fire, which I reported in the early days. So you go through this and you watch. So here's Helen Caldecott, lecture after lecture, paid lectures. She doesn't do anything for free. Saying, if Unit 4 tips over, it's coming to the end of the world. Kevin Camp's, Paul, if Unit 4 tips over, that's the narrative that the fucking nuclear industry put out to the media. Now we have the emails from Hillary Clinton. Now, remember, Hama is her liaison. She does all the work. Her main freaking person that does all emails, all her work is her. You know, she's, now you think about this pattern of fucking abuse and this anti-feminism. You know who she's married to? Do you know? Isn't it the same playbook as Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton? Yeah, Wiener Boy in New York. Did she leave him? No. And remember, he went to rehab and says, I'll never do it again, and I'll stop, blah, 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 blah. She stayed with him. He did it again. She's still with him. Think about people that say Hillary Clinton is a feminist. Now, we have the emails from Hillary saying this. Here's what one of her emails says. Now, when people say, they aren't officially from email, look, when we're talking Hillary Clinton, we're talking the Secretary of State. Probably the most powerful position besides the president in the country. In the world. Of course, it's an institution. It's like when we talk Obama, we're talking about their whole fucking, administration. When we talk Reagan, the whole administration. That's what we're talking. Where does the buck stop? President of the United States? Not this president. He's just buying his time, and he's already come out and said, I'm just going to do exactly like Bill Clinton, get rich, loot. Where's the buck stop? So her emails come out, and she says, worked perfectly. We leaked an article to the Huffington Post. So they're admitting that the Huffington Post are using for the propaganda machine. Now, there's no investigative journalists left. They've hijacked, literature's totally hijacked, 100% pay to play. They have computers that write, feed out, ask Bill O'Reilly. So they put them out, and then everybody just, look, you could put out any credible article, not even credible, just put out any kind of bullshit on the mainstream media, and these fuckers just regurgitate it fucking thousands of times over. So they put it out that worked perfectly on that. They put out a propaganda piece. They admitted it through the emails that on AIDS in the 90s, Bill Clinton did so much for the war fight, it worked so perfectly. Admit it. Now we know that the Guardian's doing it. Now, this is not my word, Snowden. Now, remember, Greenwald Did all that work. Now, remember, he's promised us more. Oh, yeah, we got this from Snowden. We got this. We got these nuclear. He's been saying that for how many years now? He's a fucking liar. He's out touring because you can't blame him. Okay. His boyfriend was detained in London at the airport. The Queen got him. Scary. Ever since then, he's totally backed down. Totally backed down. So we know, and this is not my words, it's Snowden's words, that the Guardian now has been taken over by Homeland Security, by the NSA, putting out fake articles. I can prove it. Read this article. I want you to Google it 3 days ago, that comes out about this woman who is making prosthetics in Japan for the Japanese mob because the honor code in the Japanese mob is to cut off the right pinky. Now, this is a total propaganda piece of shit article. Look at the name of the doctor. Her name is Fukushima. They're fucking with us now. They're really fucking with us. I can prove it, too. There's also another article that came back way back about the nuclear scientists at Livermore. As we're going credits, as he resigned, he says, we don't have reunification. We never had this. It was a shakedown and scan. That's all Livermore is. The Guardian releases, and I'm not even sure, take that back. I'm not sure it was the Guardian, but anyway, it might have been. It got released through the media and ended up regurgitated through about a nuclear scientist inside Livermore this way named Hurricane. They're fucking with us. They've come out and admit it. Now, okay, here again, Hillary's emails. Now, you go back, and here again, I've gone back, and I've watched Kevin Camps, Paul Gardner, Chris Busby. Now, Gunderson's about-faced right now. He's changed his tone. He's apologized for being wrong, and I can tell you why right now. Because he's working with Jan, this Milky the Clown. Now, I want people to know, and I'm going to say this, she's an amazing, amazing keyboard activist. She knows YouTube like no other. I mean, she knows how to mix videos, and her videos are fucking incredible as far as the Fukushima dynamic. Incredible. So, I want people to know this. She's a housewife from Michigan, you know, and Christina Radchick, I'm the one that introduced those two to each other, you know. They just live apart, and, you know, amazing grassroots activists from the beginning. Keyboard activists. I mean, really incredible work. So, remember Patrick Henry? Remember him? That's a creation of Jan's. Now, he's a real guy named Tony Muga, who went over there and got a lot of credit. Boy, he got full of himself and freaking, but all that work is Shane Russell's and another incredible activist. Calgary did a lot of credible foil work, you know, really hardcore work. But Jan made all those videos, mixed all that stuff, and put it in. Same with Dana. Dana's done incredible work. I love Dana's fucking work. You know, Dunford. I really like his fucking work. I like his style. She, you know, he's a YouTuber was out there. Jan went to him. And Jan's like, hey, you're good at this. Got him going. She's the one that prodded him along. Now, the whole PR thing with Palco that's set up, look, Palco worked for Palco Energy. Palco was in the complex. He was dying of cancer. He wanted to make it right in the world because he knew he worked. I mean, when I went up there with him, he had an Energy Solutions hat on. His family, you know, had ostracized him. That was the deal, was the fund we were going to set up, which never happened. We ended up losing money on the deal because of the attorney fees, whatever. You know, it never happened. So the money, he came to me when I was in Calgary, and he's like, Kevin, this, you know, Dana Dunford, not very well. I know a little bit of his work. Well, you know, he wants to do this expedition for life. He needs, well, I'm going to buy the boat instead of give you the money. What do you think? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to think, you know. That's your deal, Jeff, not mine. You know, so when I was up there, the deal was we were to set up a fund for $500,000. We had the attorneys, we had it all set up and ready to go. Jeff backed out. He bought the boat, which I'm glad he did. And he asked me, Kevin, what would you do? I says, I would buy the boat. So the boat, the deal was, and he was dealing with John Hutchinson at the time also. And John, you know, John Hutchinson, a scientist, incredible work, who kind of went off the deep end, but, you know, John Hutchinson did brilliant fucking work. I mean, he's a pretty famous guy, and, you know, He was dealing with him. Jeff was on the phone every day with him by then. Now, let's remember, Palco was dying of cancer. So the deal was he's going to put post-ignorance on the side of the boat, paint it. He paid for everything. I'm so glad he did. And I'm so glad that Dana went out on the water and did that incredible fucking work and documented it in fucking history. But we go back to the reality. And Dunford does such an incredible job about the lies of 3 and 4, about the fucking lies of the media. And it was a small group of ours. Now, let's remember, I call my post-ignorance army from the beginning. This army is small, but it's incredible. I mean incredible. We did everything and anything. This fucking army is all over everything all the time. So it was us who exposed when Elizabeth Vargas went over 2020 and they played the whole propaganda and they put up all those fucking shiny pretty pictures of Unit 4 and 3. It was us who exposed those were really pictures and older pictures. We found them that from Hanford. So you go back again. So Caldecott, Kevin Camp, Beyond Nuclear, Chris Busby they're regurgitating the narrative. I mean, I look it up over and over and over. They're regurgitating the narrative that the fucking PR machine put out, the nuclear PR machine put out. That Unit 4 is tipping, and it could tip over at any time, and they're going to save the world by fucking getting the fuel out of 4. And so, hell's up. We have an earthquake, 4 tips over, it's the end of the world, over and over, the exact narrative, when they already fucking knew factually. I reported, the only person on earth who reported factually, in detail, that Unit 4 completely fucking blew up, and fucking was on fire, and spewed all over. Which I started reporting the very first fucking day. Nobody on earth, it took me a year and a half to convince anyone this was even one fucking meltdown. That's how good the PR machine worked on this fucking sheep. I'm like, it's going to kill this is the greatest event in human history. I knew it. Fucking all in. You know, I woke Anonymous up to this. I woke so many fucking people up to this. I look back at all the YouTube sites I created. I look back at everything. I mean, it's fucking unbelievable. You know, my path, my journey. Then I get leukemia. But, so the whole narrative went along. So all they were doing was watching mainstream. They fell for it. Now, did they do it intentionally? No. They just fell for it. They got sucked in. Not me. Because it's simple. I understood the media was fucking captured and fucking literature was captured a long time ago. You cannot write a book, and I mean, you think about this girl who got kind of famous in Utah, write the Doomsday book on this date. You know, the moon and the stars and the Bible's all going to shine up and it's over. She made a lot of fucking money, and she just lied. And then the day it all fucking come out, she was making media rounds everywhere. She got famous in these doomsdayers, these fearmongers, fucking this self-generational fucking arrogant society. Oh, it's all because the world can't go on with us. Oh, sorry, bye. She moved to San Diego, took the money and fucking on and hid. She ought to be fucking sued into oblivion is what she ought to be done. I mean, it's outrageous, these fucking... Paul Bagley, fearmonger. Oh, he's a prophet. He's the opposite. Everything he said, media's going to hit the earth. This state, the earth, saying it. I mean, you go all these fear fucking porn fuckers. Oh, this is going to happen. This could happen. This what? I got news, fuckers. It happened. The greatest event in human history is the death of the Pacific Ocean. The Great Pacific Genocide. Today, the Queen's birthday. So we finally got good news. Me as an activist, my activism goes way back. Way back. My life in New York City, my life in the, finance world, my life with that hawk and trowel in my hand, my life as the human rights activist, which I've been my whole life, the environmentalist my whole life. The exploitation of labor, I've always known I'm educated. I've educated myself my whole fucking life. Not just in academia, in the theater. I've always understood that ignorance is the enemy. Ignorance is their power. The overworking, the getting rid of fucking tariffs, making you work 6 hours, the whole fucking media fucking making you go for this free market fairy tale fucking lie. Milton Friedman and his wife should be tried for treason. All these fucking free market fucking fairy tale fuckers who fucking sold you down the river, sent your fucking jobs to China, should be all fucking tried for treason. The Bush fucking war crimes, the fucking execution of Pat Tillman ordered right out of the fucking White House. The whole war crimes, the fucking Jessica Lynch war criminals, all of them. The liars, the propagandists, all of them should be tried. Why are they not? Because you got Barack Obama in the White House, who ended up being the biggest fraud in human history. He fucking fooled us all. The greatest fucking betrayer in human history, Barack Obama. Whitey from Kansas with a mother named Stanley. Harvard Law scum bones who ended up being fucking more fucking globalist than even Bush or Bill Walmart Clinton. We got fooled by Bill Walmart Clinton. That whole gig with, Ross Perot was in on the gig. Ross. Look, Ross Perot had it right. Which one are they? Look at their twins. They're both globalists over there. You're going to hear whoosh. He had it right. They're going to get rid of tariffs. They're going to get rid of tariffs. They're going to hear whoosh if you go along with NAFTA. That's what he said. That's what he said. Then Clinton wins. Clinton would have never won. Of course, we would have had CIA fucking H. Would have been no different. Who knows? Probably just as bad. May Brussels, 1980, November. It's over, kids. The CIA has occupied the White House. The Bush CIA, and they go deep. They go all the way. Before Prescott, you can go to Prescott's grandpappy, who started Skull and Bones at Yale, him and Russell, who started fucking Cal Berkeley, who started Los Alamos, who started fucking Livermore, who started, the whole nuclear fucking cabal of fucking the chain, Teller's babies, Teller's fathers. It's so outrageous how this American populace has gone along. Now, I'm going to get into this. Hamilton. So, I've been going it because I know what the Revolutionary War was. I know in the history of the annals of history, the monarchs, enlightenment versus slavery. I know that royals and this whole fight against the fucking monarchies, the monarchy abolition, has only happened a few times in history. The neo-feudalist system that fucking has controlled this earth clear back. The slaves in fucking Egypt all the way back. Well, there's only been one fucking beacon of light, really, a couple. The French Revolution. Absolutely. But, you go to Waterloo. I think it's so important that I was at Freedom Eisenbauer's house on the 200 Ashbury of Waterloo, in Vienna. All roads lead to Vienna. Mary Antoinette, that little girl, never said, let them eat yellow cake. Barack Obama said, let them eat yellow cake. So, it's over. The whole trilogy, the Catholic Church, the Vatican, the Queen and her fucking inbred royal families who owned the fucking world, all out of fucking Austria, all roads lead to Vienna. The Roman Empire was in Vienna, Budapest. The Hungarian-Austrian Empire was the Roman Empire, was the controllers. The trilogy, the Rothschild banking fucking family, the Vatican, and the Queen. I've always known this. The fucking revolutionaries fucking honored this. Country knew it. People knew that in this town. Oh, fuck, when I was a kid, oh, did they know it. Oh, did they know it. The natives that raised me, oh, did they know it. There was only one fucking group of people that were ever pull it off to break free. The French Revolution broke free for a long time. But at Waterloo, so how did he lose? How in the whole... they were anybody, you even said madam or royal or queen or the word empire, British Empire, anything. You got your head cut off. Maximilian started out, you think about him. He started out as an anti-capital punishment activist. By the end, he was putting out the list, 40 people a day, including Marie Antoinette. That little girl did nothing. Let's talk about this, and we'll start there. We won't go back to the Egyptians. Let's start there. So, the empire is starting to come apart. These activists in France are getting fucking real traction. Fucking guy living in a fucking sewer. They're starting to get they're mobilizing the people. They're starting to fight back. Well, we got to rally the fucking inbred family. The French fucking family. The French royal family, we can't do it. We need help from the Austrians. Send cable. This thing's going to fall apart. Well, the king, Marie Theresa, baby, they had a fucking Vienna girl. By the way, you got to realize in the history of Austria, in the history of that region, in that part of the world, how sexual those people are, how sexual those females are, how open sexuality they are, and always have been. She's a 14-year-old girl. Here, you got her. Off to France. We've got to fucking join the empire together. So in those days, those sick fucking freaks would feed them full of aphrodisiacs. They're teenage kids. They would actually watch them have sex to make sure that the bloodline went on. Actually watch it. he couldn't get a hard on. It's a fact. He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. Didn't work. She's thrown to the wolves. You know, they try to sneak out of her side. They try to sneak to the border. They're caught at the border. You know, the French Revolution is on Masonics. Oh, fuck yeah, Masonics. The real Masonics, the rock layers who broke ranks. Not the fucking, look, let's go. They're called George Washington Masons here. Now, the original fucking inception of this country was all Masonic? Absolutely. Now, what was the opposite party which turned into the Whig Party? What was it called? The Anti-Mason Party. Did the Anti-Masonic Party ever get a president? Yeah, Fillmore was a fucking anti-Masonic. I believe it was Fillmore. So that's what the parties were. They broke ranks from the fucking trilogy. They broke ranks from the Rothschilds. And look, so let's dive into Hamilton, and we finally got a major win, and why this is such a major win, a blow to the globalists. And I want to say thank you. Whoever made that decision inside the Treasury went against the globalists in a big, big way. It's a major event. Not to mention they announced it right in front of the Queen's 90th birthday. Whoever made that decision, oh, do they get history? Oh, do they know America? I'm glad that there still is somebody that knows American history and really knows this great aberration, this great beacon light called the United States of America, who broke free from the fucking royals, the only anti-neo fucking system that really ever broke through. You know, the French did for a long time. But what happened to Waterloo? They fucking rallied. The inbred cousins. I thought those Prussians and the English, I thought the British Empire and the Prussians hated each other's fucking guts. But all the way in history, when it comes right down to it, the inbred cousins, they rally each other. Napoleon had them fucking whipped. Oh, he had a stomach ache. It's a Masonic symbol. The French Revolution and the American Revolution were the same revolution. The Masonic fucking revolution. The George Washington Masonics which broke free from the mainstream fucking infiltration of the fucking Queen. They had it with the fucking royals. They were done with the royals. No fucking royals. That was the fucking gig. You fucking mentioned Madam Empire Queen. We will cut your fucking head off. 40 people a day in Paris, heads fucking rolling down. They slather them up and all put them in prison. So that's the humane thing to do. And then they says, fuck that, let's just go into prison and fucking slaughter, which they did. So they call in their fucking cousins from fucking Russia. They're beat. The English are beat again. The fucking British Empire, the Queen says, fucking longest standing fucking monarch ever right now, Queen Elizabeth II. Right now, the monarchy goes on those ugly fucking inbred fucking bleeding fucking mass murdering fucking uranium mine owning creepy fucking passive aggressive fucking looting rats from hell. George Washington's words. Fucking all of them. They broke free. So you got white Anglo-Saxons living in the fucking colonies in this fucking land for 300 years, slaughtering the fucking natives. But they're living here. Why then? Why then? All of a sudden, the East India Company starts showing up, dumping cheap fucking Chinese goods on their fucking markets in the fucking port of New York, which, New Amsterdam, Washington Square would have always happened. That's where my movement started. Post-ignorance was born at Washington Square, just like they were all born, just like Hamilton was born. They was called, New York City was called Hamiltonville for a reason. So, they say, fuck you. Paul Revere was fucking a craftsman. A lot of people still to this day consider him maybe the greatest silversmith in history. They say his work still stands up to the greatest of all time. The greatest furniture makers in the world. They were hardcore craftsmen protectionists. Fuck you and your cheap fucking tea coming over. Taxation without representation, sound familiar? Dress up like you knew, throw it overboard. Let's have fucking tea wars. Let's have sugar wars. Let's have cotton wars. Let's have textile fucking wars. Let's have fucking invented ISIS fake fucking wars. Same old fucking the Queen funding all of it. In Europe, they don't even call it the Civil War. They call it the Textile War. Funded by the fucking Queen. So, it happens. They're like, fuck you, you English royal fuckers. Just a group of people sitting around, craftsmen. They're organized through the Masonics. They're organized through there. They're like, they get together like, fuck you, we're a new breed of fucking Masonic. We're the same breed as fucking in France. They got it right. We got to get rid of all these fucking royals. We got to get rid of all these fuckers. The Rothschilds got to go. The fucking Vatican and the Pope's got to go. This control mechanism, the fucking Queen of England's got to go. The Bank of England got to go. Fuck these royal motherfuckers. This is our place. We live free. We live free. We protect our craft. So it fucking happens. He led the Battle of Brooklyn, Hamilton. So here's Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton. Who is he? His father Masonic? Oh, yeah. His father, Scottish royalty. Now, let's remember the fucking Masons fled Friday the 13th to Scotland. They all come in, and it ties right here to fucking my place in Utah, and it all ties here. I should write 10 books about it, but I got cancer along the way. So, the Scottish royal, he fucks a peasant girl, a beautiful peasant girl. She's not connected. That's taboo. You can't do that. That's Hamilton's mama. Leaves him hanging in the Caribbean. That's where the slave trade's going on. Trading human beings for money. Sugar wars, molasses wars, human fucking wars. He's so brilliant. This is how brilliant this guy is. He's already doing the slave traders' books for them. He's 10, 11, 12 years old. This is how genius he is. He's a fucking genius. He sits and reads Greek tragedies over and over and over. That's all he does. Over and over and over. He rises up through that fucking apparatus. The Masons find him. They invite him in. George Washington, the greatest president this country's ever seen, by a million fucking times. He says, George Washington says, the greatest anti-royal, anti-monarchy fucking human who ever walked. George Washington, Paul Revere, Sam Adams, Thomas Jefferson. No. Alexander Hamilton. Oh, he fucking hated the fucking royals. He hated the first real true abolitionist. He hated the whole slave complex. He understood economic thesis. He understood the Enlightenment versus the fucking slavery. As they try to rewrite history, that him and fucking Jefferson hated each other. Him and Jefferson loved each other. And by the way, Jefferson put his hand on the fucking Quran when he was 20. He was fascinated with fucking religious philosophy. A billionaire by today's standards who drank 2 gallons of wine, who had sex with hundreds, if not thousands, of women, including Marie Antoinette, including his own slaves. I'm standing right here looking at Fawn McKay Brody's house. Fawn McKay Brody, the youngest female professor ever. I knew her very well. My grandma and her very tight, close friends wrote fucking his biography. Yeah, that girl who wrote fucking No Man Knows My History, who blackballed from fucking the Mormons, excommunicated because she proved fucking Joseph Smith's fucking lies in print, gave names, addresses of fucking all his 47 wives, including the 14-year-old. She wrote his biography. Heavy. She's the first one that said he's got DNA that traces to Jesse Helms and traces to all these guys that are Jefferson's bloodlines through slaves he was sleeping with. That was her. Jefferson and Hamilton loved each other. Pragmatic, fight like cats and dogs. Simple. Jefferson says, no. You know, his big plantation, he's an inherited billions by today's standard. Had a nice lifestyle. A philosopher, a brilliant genius. Oh, incredible. Amazing fucking guy. Really amazing guy. No, we're going to fucking live free. We'll have no fucking army. We'll have no central bank. We'll have none of that. No, fuck them. We're everything the opposite of the fucking royals. Adams, who called fucking hated. Adams fucking hated Hamilton because Adams was a royal. Burr hated fuck because he was a fucking royal. They still believed the fight went on. The fight was on. You know, the Sons of Liberty started it. They were pushed aside by the powers there be. Sam Adams. By the way, the Sons of Liberty Foundation is where? In Russia now? That's who protecting Snowden. Ex-CIA fucking patriots. I mean, think about that. Think about that. Wow. So, they're like, fuck these royal fuckers. By the way, the English issued fucking death warrants for all of them. Had fucking bounties on their heads. But let's remember, this land did the same thing. No royal death set foot fucking here forever. Clear back to when I was a boy. They didn't dare. They know. Fuck, this fucking country would have killed them. This was the anti-monarchy country. They did it. They fucking the Battle of Brooklyn, they lost. Hamilton was, he told on himself. You think political operatives? Hamilton would have been the second president of the United States. It was written in gold, handpicked George Washington. Undeniable. So the other side, the anti-Masonic party, they found a girl, a guy's wife. He's married to her. Hamilton gave him permission to marry because he wasn't wealthy. He married wealth, which never happened. He went and met the father, and the father said, he only talked to me for, an hour. I knew right then he could marry my daughter. He knew this is the most brilliant person I've ever talked to. First Secretary of the Treasury paid himself 0.6. He never paid himself anything. So he's living in D.C. That was the trade-off with Jefferson. The capital was going to be in New York, remember? Hamiltonville. But they made the deal. So it's in D.C. That was Jefferson's work. Governor Morris's work. So he's living there, away from his wife. One night, a knock on the door in his apartment. Scottish girl. Claims she's a peasant. Claims she was brought over here just like they knew Hamilton's father's story. Told them the exact story. Yeah, I was hooked up with a Scottish elitist, and he just dumped me and left me hanging. I'm distraught. I have nowhere to go. Played him. Really beautiful girl. Hamilton's own words, I thought she loved me. He says, I just showed you I'm vulnerable. I'm fucking human. Through her sexuality, and he started having sex with her. The whole time, her husband orchestrated the whole thing to ruin his political career. That was the incentive. That was the objective. Did it work? Oh, yeah. Then they go to the media. Alexander Hamilton's having an affair with my wife. He's done. He is absolutely done. He's not going to be the second president. Here comes Adams, the anti-royal. He hated him. He's called the bastard son. Well, I got news. The other bastard son is Obama, and he's the opposite of Hamilton. So this bastard son from the grave, in the shadows of the 9/11 towers, spits back at the bastard globalist son who stands in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and says you cannot sue the people that funded the 9/11 fucking terrorists. He says it on the Queen's 90th birthday. The greatest globalist who ever lived in this country, Barack Barry Obama. It's a fact. It's written and goes, the man who killed the Pacific Ocean. The greatest evil man to the environment on fucking tomorrow, fucking this day, Earth Day. The man who killed the fucking Pacific Ocean. One guy, Barack Obama. The buck stops where? On the advice of John Holden? Absolutely. But he went along. Only one human being on the face of the earth has the power to make the United States Navy stand down. Who created the United States Navy? Who created the Merchant Marines? Alexander Hamilton. The first, before this was even a country, the first 8 employees of the United States Coast Guard. What did they do? They lined up at the port of New York and fucking collected duties. Oh, we flattened the earth. These fucking goods can get from China faster now. Not true. The greatest craftsmen in human history were shipbuilders. The trade winds. Is the fact. 1776, a fucking ship could make it from China faster than it does today. They didn't rise on diesel fucking low-grade fuel. They relied on the fucking craftsmen and the trade wheels, the greatest craftsmen in the history. Fucking ask Herman Melville, who died right near Hamilton's grave. He stood right there as a night watchman. Nobody even knew it, right by Hamilton's grave. At the Trinity. I have been going to Hamilton's grave since I was a fucking boy. My number one, anybody who's done any activism in fucking New York, which most of my activism has been in New York City. Anybody who knows I'm fucking like a broken record, I started out at the fucking Shirtwaist Fire at NYU, the Shirtwaist Fire building, because I knew that's what changed the world. It gave us weekends, it gave us fucking hope, that tragedy, which is the chemistry building at fucking NYU. And we walked to Hamilton's grave. I give lectures at Hamilton. Ask anybody who's ever, for decades and decades and decades. I'm the person that got his fucking grave restored. I went crazy, started emailing over. I've been going crazy on the Treasury. Now you think about this. Here we go back to Hamilton. Here we go back to Barry Antoinette, that globalist, and this is such a marquee time, and we live in such a major event. Somebody inside the Treasury spit back in his fucking face. This all ties together. The death of the Pacific Ocean, this globalist fucking dumb puppet, he got played. He doesn't even know he's been played. Look it up. Barack Obama, propped up by the nuclear industry, in 2008 was asked by an activist how he's going to clean up fucking Hanford. Now remember, this guy popped up, fucking leader of the free world. The Manhattan Project, everybody. You learned that in the fucking third grade, right? About Hanford. I got to admit to you, I don't know what Hanford is. His words. He fooled us. He tricked us. The skull and bones fucking Harvard Law fucking rat tricked us. He betrayed us. 65% of the fucking Republican caucus goers are sane. Their number one issue is they've been betrayed by their party. So true. Free market fairy tale. Synergist, they fucking had them. They know. They woke up. Trump talks terrorists. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a fucking huge fan of terrorists, but Trump went to war. Our university, at Weber State University, the great legendary finance pro Doc Cooley, the number one finance school in the country, I had his last letter of recommendation he ever wrote, who died in 1999 of mad cow. I took over his program. I talked to Mike fucking yesterday. We used to fucking interact with Horton. The dean used to come speak, vice versa. The great finance schools. First thing in an elite finance school you learn is all about Alexander Hamilton. You learn all about the only tool to block a globalist. The only tool to block a monarch is only one fucking tool. And it goes back thousands of years. Tariff. The only tool. That other billionaire broke fucking ranks in New York. Teddy Roosevelt knew that. All ties together. All ties together. So, how did Teddy Roosevelt become president of the United States? Through the Masonics? Oh, absolutely. McKinley? Probably the greatest Hamiltonian ever. William McKinley. For I am the tariff president standing on the tariff fucking platform. And remember, this is coming off the backs of the great textile fucking war, who was sponsored fucking by the fucking English. The textile fucking cotton growers all sponsored by the fucking royals. Harriet Beecher Stowe broke ranks. We have no fucking billionaire fucking daughters. Look at Steve Jobs' fucking wife. She goes along. All of them play along. We have no fucking Harriet Beecher Stowe. We have no Peggy Guggenheim. We have no Mary Lou Whitney. We have none of them. They all fucking status quo. Boom, he's blown away. By an anarchist? No, it's unarguable that it was funded by the fucking Queen Victoria. Hamiltonian. Remember, when George Washington called Harriet Beecher Stowe to the White House, oh, you're the little lady who started the fucking Civil War. He meant it. How did she start the Civil War? Let's see, her father, a multi-billionaire slave owner, one of the richest men in the world. These slave owners and plantation owners used to give each other awards. They would sit around and give each other awards for human rights. My slaves are treated better than your slaves. We're doing these people a favor. We're giving them housing and food. It's going on right here in this little community I live in, West Weaver, bunch of farm. A guy named McFarland right over here, these Gibson's County Commissioners. He told me yesterday, he says, I said, what are you doing? He says, I'm fixing up my garage right here. It's just a shed. I says, why? He says, oh, I got a family of Mexicans work for me. They're going to live in there. I said, that's slavery. It's against the law. Oh, no, it ain't. And he's a good Mormon Christian. Same with Kerry Gibson right here, fucking county commissioner. I live right here. And I grew up on this big ranch. It's been just taken over they have houses full of fucking illegals. Kids. They have little kids fucking driving their fucking tractors, doing their fucking work. All against the law, and they all do it in the name of Christianity. Same thing went down South. My slaves are treated better than your slaves. They were giving each other awards. Well, Harriet Beecher Stowe, we'll get back that to the 20. Harriet, the Underground Railroad. She's like, fuck. I mean, she's reading the book. She says, the hypocrisy. You're doing this in the name of Christianity? What? She turns on her own father. Which traditionally, historically in the United States, it's always been the female daughter who has turned on the father. Always. It goes back to Harriet Beecher Stowe. Goes all the way back. Goes back to George Washington. Who's George Washington's daughter married to? What? Lee? Yep. All the way back. Who's Patty Hearst? I saw Patty Hearst when I was in the Central Valley. I saw her. And the only reason I know the woman I was with right there when I was protesting Diablo Canyon, we were in the store. She took me to the store, went right there, she says, "There's Patty Hirsch right there. Shopping. Just looked like a freaking, grandma shopping with the grandkids." I didn't go up to talk to her, Peggy Guggenheim. These people broke ranks, so their fathers now fuck off. This is the United States. We don't believe in this fucking royal monarchy lie. They floated up the Potomac and burnt down the White House in 1812. Who? The English. They fucking got the towers? Oh, fuck yeah, they got the towers. The royals got the towers. Now here, stay with me on this. This is so important. This is historical few days that we're in. This is so historical people can't see. Why would Barack Obama possibly, that royal fucking scumbag, go to Riyadh on this historic time, on the Queen's 90th fucking birthday, the longest standing monarchy, who played long ball, who got it all back? Again, I will quote Franklin, Delano, the arranged marriage of Franklin's mom and dad. Look up Franklin Roosevelt's mother and father. Those beautiful Delano girls were the most sought-out females in the colonies. French royals, French fucking bloodlines, royalty. Oh, yeah. 5 daughters? How in the fuck would an old fucking man get that? Arranged Masonic marriage? Absolutely. That's Franklin Delano Roosevelt's mom and dad. That fucking guy was, 40 fucking years older than her. He was an old man. The Masonics kept alive. The George Washington Masonics. Boom, blown away right here, a gun from right here. Ferdinand's killed in Austria, in Sarajevo, 1914, in your head. The whole fucking movement was, we're killing no royals. Fuck the royals. Fuck them all. The fucking Tsar, fucking Nikolai, fucking the whole family. That lying fucking bitch in fucking Virginia. Oh, I'm Anastasia. Fucking liar. DNA proves she was lying her whole fucking time. They executed them all. Killed them all. Lined them up, fucking killed them all. Do I think Putin's related to Nikolai and to the bloodline? Yes. The news are. They're back. The royals are back. Didn't take long, did it? So, the war breaks out, World War I. No royals. It was ugly. It was horrible. It was fucking brutal. War profiteering from hell. The Masonics fucking take back over with a guy named Franklin Roosevelt. They get it back. After Teddy. Teddy was shot in the fucking heart, remember? Teddy was shot right directly in the heart. He had his big 50-page speech in there in his glasses, and I kept dabbing his fan. He went on with his fucking speech. Comes with the territory. Remember, Franklin was tried to be fucking killed. The guy standing next to him was fucking killed. The guy missed, fucking just barely fucking grazed across his face, hit the other guy in the fucking face and killed him. What about Reagan and the Bush fucking crime family? Hinckley? He's out of prison. The guy that tried to kill the president of the United States, fucking right if he's in office? Oh yeah, look it up. So Obama stands in Riyadh, the fucking greatest fucking royal family in the world? No. The fucking Queen's fucking puppets, who put them? How did the fucking Saudi, how did it become Saudi Arabia? How did they take over the Arabian fucking peninsula when they found out it had the fucking, they say you can take a shovel and dig a hole in the sand and oil pops up. Costs less than $5 a barrel to produce a barrel of oil. When here in the United States it costs $40. It's in the Rocky Mountains. It takes a long time to drill that oil. Let's just get theirs. Let's fucking go over there. Rockefeller. Rockefeller, the great elites of the 1900s coming after the Reconstruction, they killed fucking Lincoln. James Will Booth killed him. Most famous actor in the fucking country? Yep. Conspiracy? Yep. Who took over? So the whole fucking fought for nothing. There's no fucking rights. Black girl, where'd you sleep last night? I slept in the fucking dead pines. That's where that poem comes from. Sharecroppers? Fuck. That poem comes from there. Kurt Cobain. Lead Belly. That's where it comes from. Very real. Higher in the Georgia pines. Sharecropper, they didn't let him sharecrop. They pretended pseudo de facto sharecrop. They fucking mass murdered and slaughtered them for 100 fucking years. So they're trying Reconstruction to come back. He's dead. His VP takes over everything they fuck up. It's gone. It's over. It's over. He's dead. So the whole Reconstruction nightmare, the United States is over. England's already saying, the whole world's saying they're done. It's over. They were over. They can't come off this. It's over. They're fucking gone. There ain't even any men left in the fucking South. Simple over fucking Russia. The famine, World War I. How many men did Russia live in World War II? 28 million, 30 million? They were fighting with fucking teenage girls by the end. So, here comes fucking a Roosevelt. The cousins hate each other, Franklin and Teddy, the families. How the fuck did he get in power? Oh, they named him the VP to keep the Masonic fucking going. McKinley's killed? Now, hear me out on this. McKinley, who most historians, anybody's got half a fucking clue, believe him to be the second greatest fucking abolitionist monarchist in history, only behind Alexander Hamilton. Obama gives an executive order. He's killed the United States Congress under all the fucking rules of the Constitution. Created acts. The tallest mountain in the United States, they name Mount McKinley. Why would a fucking president of the United States, of all the things that are fucking named after fucking different presidents, different people that they stole from the natives, every mountain range, every road, every school, every fucking thing, fucking Mount Rushmore, why would they possibly pick that? I wonder why. Why would they pick taking the other great fucking anti-royal off the 10? You think it's a Freudian slip that Jeb Bush said. Who do you think should go on the 10? Margaret Thatcher. This is how, I'll tell you how ignorant the United States population. The Treasury Department, which I've been working with the Treasury Department, I've been calling them, letter writing, campaigning, I've been going crazy. You know, people have gone recently with me to Alexander Hamilton. We painted the 10 at Hamilton's grave. We sculpted it to Hamilton's grave. I've stood there, I've done lectures at Hamilton's grave with lots of people on a 10, over and over and over and over. You can't do this. You can't take, you're rewriting history. These globalists are going to win. You can't do this. This is an outrage. You're going to take the fucking, he is in the United States, you're going to take, when he fucking died, when Burke killed him, every single person in the rain turned out in New York. I mean, every man, woman, and child at his funeral. It was called New York. It was called Hamiltonville. You're going to rewrite history, you globalist rat, Obama? What? You're going to take him off? Oh, he did it. With an executive order? What the fuck are you doing? Somebody inside the Treasury. I don't know who made the choice. Did you know? So they did a contest who to put the woman on the 10. 2 of the top 5. Now think about this. The fucking United States was formed on anti-royal, hated the fucking royals, a revolutionary war on Balco. 2 of the top, this is how ignorant the United States population is. This is how ignorant. 2 of the top 5 were English royalty. That's right. Margaret Thatcher and Princess Diana. Margaret Thatcher wasn't English, oh, fuck, she wasn't. The special relationship. They played long ball. Franklin Roosevelt. You know, Churchill moved into the White House. And let's talk about Churchill. Churchill worked for Scotland Yard. Churchill's job was to set up political operatives for the royal family. Anybody who was getting traction in political operatives, he was to tee them up. You can look it up. He charged murder charges on so many political operatives that never did anything. That's what his job was. That's who he was. Hardcore alcoholic? Hardcore. Worse than fucking Jefferson? Maybe. Both drank fucking gallons of wine a day. That was his role. The wars are over. They're done. World War II spreads into World War fucking II. No war profiteering, right? So they're fucking slaughtering the whole royal family, which they're all one family. That evolved out of Austria. Fucking, they're all fucking evolved to the fucking trilogy. The Council of Trent. Holy Moses! They're all related. The inbred fucking bleeders. They killed them all. I mean, executed them all. Lined them up on walls and fucking blew their heads off. Cut their fucking heads. All of them. All of them. All except for the ones in England. They're the last ones standing. They're fucking nervous fucking wrecks. World War II's fucking broke out. They're begging the U.S. to get in. They know it's their only chance. They speak English like us. They're our pseudo-de facto bastard child. Just like Hamilton. The bastard child. Just like Obama. The bastard child. You don't think he's a bastard child? You know his father was a polygamist. Look it up. His mother named Stanley, who his father required. She go by the name and say, you think she had daddy issues? That fucking father who ended up at Harvard Law? Hey, are you on the basketball team? Tall, skinny, what are you talking about? Tall, skinny guy? Black guy at Harvard Law? That's fucking the whitest place on earth? He's not black. Cornel West has got it fucking right to a fucking T. You think I go off? Fucking listen to Cornel West. He's got it to a fucking T about this rat. This globalist fucking rat. He's just going to get rich like the fucking Clintons. Rockefeller baby, Rosemary's fucking baby, Russell's baby. So, one standing. Franklin Roosevelt Jr. used to be, he was a little boy, he was old enough to hear and see. So he's recorded this in history. At night, they would sit around and talk. He says, this is a quote from Franklin Roosevelt Jr. They're sitting around, and he says, my dad looks at Winston and says, Winston, I got to tell you, I went to London as an 11-year-old boy. I saw Queen Victoria. I hate the old witch. I hated the old witch. There's no quintessential more United States of America to hate the royals. We're going to take them fucking apart. We're going to take every fucking thing, fucking every rule there, for I'm a Hamiltonian, just like Hamilton did. And make no mistake about it, Franklin Roosevelt fucking read everything Hamilton ever fucking did. So did fucking JFK, blown away. So did Abraham fucking Lincoln. This is a fucking same old path as they hypnotized the right. Now the right's woke up. The right has woke up. They hypnotized and lied to them, the free market fucking, the Queen Royals. Oh, let's look at the Queen. King James, you're going to fucking play in the NBA. They sold him to this monarchy. And the far right, Johnny, get your gun, fucking monarchy. They bought it. Get your gold, who the Queen owns the fucking gold. Get your silver, fucking, they're going to be about everything they fed them. They know. They woke up. They've been betrayed. If Trump doesn't prove today, Trump's a progressive. Trump's a New York City progressive who fucks the pro-tariff guy. Fact, fact, fact. They woke up. They've been had. The Democrats ain't been fucked hard enough yet. They don't realize that fucking Bill Clinton is a fucking globalist, fucking placed, fucking Harvard skull and bones, fucking most likely fucking Rockefeller's baby. Look at him. Yeah, I think it's true. So he says, you're flying in the face, Winston Churchill. You're flying in the face of everything Mother Old England's ever stood for. Frank, of course, exactly. We're taking you apart. This is the United States. We already kicked your ass at Valley Forge. We're kicking your ass again. Fuck you. So they go to Yalta to see the war's over. Einstein says it. Worst mistake I ever made when Teller talked me into writing a handwritten letter to Franklin Roosevelt, most famous man in the world at the time, living on Long Island. Teller tricked him, his friend. Told him that fucking Hitler had this fucking bomb. All roads lead to Vienna. He didn't have no fucking bomb. They opened the spigot on the Manhattan Project. Wallace, the VP, for 3 fucking terms. The gift to fucking Eleanor, go back to the shirtwaist fire. The true fucking feminists. The real fighter, not a fake fucking Hillary Clinton. Let's rape Paula Jones. Let's fucking rape Jennifer Flowers. Let's rape Mena Lewinsky. Let's hurt fucking Aid Hummer, who stays married to Wiener Boy. That's a feminist. I'm an astronaut. So, no, you're done. Yalta by the Sea. The Russians win the war. 28 million fucking. Stalin and fucking FDR become very fucking friendly. They divide up the world. Remember, it was called the Atlantic Conference. The same thesis as the fucking Revolutionary War. No royals. That's the UN. The UN's original charter was called the Atlantic Conference, and the original charter was no royals. No royals, Trotsky. No royals, fucking Lenin. No royals, Stalin. No royals, FDR. No fucking royals, fucking JFK blown away. No royals. By the way, Lyndon LaRouche is all fucked up. He goes down this rabbit hole, and then he's pro-nuclear. This is how stupid that fucker is and his group. Same with plowshares. Oh, nuclear fucking energy is good in technology, but nuclear bombs because they're fucking ignorant. I straighten him out on that. We'll continue this conversation. This is fucking the Queen. As Obama protects the 9/11 fucking funders. They funded it. They funded it. The Saudi family, he's protecting them. It's getting ready to go to vote in Congress is a big fucking deal. They funded it. The royal family funded it. It funneled through fucking the Bank of England. We knew that in day 3. They bought puts on the fucking airline stocks. We fucking know it. The Saudi family funded it. And Barack Obama stands there and defends them. Do not vote against
fighters. All hands on deck. All hands on deck. All hands on deck. All nuclear fighters. All hands on deck. All hands on deck. All hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Cool